That's all we came for here in Area 3, though. I got into Area 3, and I'm just gonna peace right on out. I got the wide beam, so I'm done. Let's get out of here. No more incidents. At least until this happens. We saw the green one back in Area 2, and now we got the yellow one. And that's my speed booster. Give it back. The enemies have all my powers for some reason. And that one's gonna be especially tricky because you can see it goes very, very fast. It has the speed booster. It's like, give me back my speed booster! Oh, the game is just abusing me at this point. It's not giving me my morph ball, which I desperately want. It's not giving me the speed booster here, which I also desperately need. Just for the reason of I don't want an enemy to have it. That's pretty unique, though. The only other time that the Metroid series kind of dealt with, the enemies stealing our power-ups was Metroid Prime 2. And even then, I don't know, I guess it was kind of cool. You know, we had like the Boost Ball Guardian and the Spider Ball Guardian, but I know a lot of people just kind of found those more annoying than anything else, for sure. I think we're doing good on energy, don't really need a refill there, so I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, and I neglected to mention as well, like the wide beam can open these doors right here. They're not really doors, they're more kind of like blocks, but they're wide beam doors as well, so that's a really good way to kind of lock progression behind the wide beam, I suppose. But I'd say the Dread implements it a little bit better than Prime 2 at the very least. Or maybe that's recency bias on my part. Because the enemies aren't traditional bosses in a way. But I do think I enjoy... Yeah, I'm thinking of it. I think I enjoyed Dread's whole take on it a little bit more. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate that Dread actually borrowed that from Prime 2. I said kind of up top that I find that pretty much every single Metroid game has contributed some element to Metroid Dread, and I absolutely think that the enemies stealing your power-ups and having them was borrowed and lifted from Prime 2. But whereas Prime 2, you know, the ing bosses that we had to do as a result, I guess it was kind of cool to see them, you know, use our powers and us having to kind of defeat them, but some of them were really annoying. I mean, the Spider Ball Guardian kind of spoke for itself, for sure. Actually, hold up, I want to check the map, because I think we're going... Yeah, now that we have the wide beam, I think we're just going to go ahead and destroy this enemy. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next step, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and the reason the door locks is because I think the game is just recreating a brand new place for the enemy to be, and I can hear it. Yeah, this is where I got ambushed by the yellow enemy the first time. It bopped me. The green one, not the yellow one. The yellow one was the speed boosting one that we just saw. It's going to go up to the right. I'm going to go ahead and duck over here. See you later. Yeah, because we got this door right here. Let's go ahead and evade it. Because now, I'm going to go and get the instrument of your destruction. But in Prime 2, I think it was a little bit more annoying when it came to the bosses that had stolen your powers. And in Dread, because they're not really traditional bosses necessarily, I just think it's a little bit better because you have to figure out how to evade enemies that have kind of co-opted your powers here. So, let's see, where is the boss exactly? It's going to be all the way up there, so I actually need to go back and try to get back up. Yeah, that's exactly what I need to do. But is this thing going to follow me? Well, they can't go through doors is the good part, so... Yeah, we're going to go up here this time. Let's see... Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. Oh, no, grab it, Simus. I forget that I'm going to have to... I have to force her to grab it sometimes. She doesn't actually do it herself. Let's see, bust this open, run away. I shouldn't be super nervous here, but I'm going to be regardless. I don't know if we actually need the Phantom Cloak to go in here, but I'm sure going to do it. And another one of these things. So it's the same boss battle pretty much every time. But the mini Mother Brain just takes more and more hits, and the offense that it puts up in order to guard itself just becomes more and more difficult to deal with. Of course, spamming missiles is always a good idea. There we go. We can't defeat the Cheerios. We can't bust open the Cheerios unless we have missiles. Or a fully charged shot. There we go. And luckily, the missiles that you pick up in the field, it feels like they're a little bit more numerous than the ones you would get in the old 2D games. Specifically Super. There we go. Not a huge problem. That's only half the battle, though. I mean, we have the Omega Beam now, and now I have to remember what am I actually going to use, geography-wise, in order to have enough space to beat down this green enemy. And same thing as before, we're gonna have to take advantage of the Omega Stream first, go ahead and blast it open. Oh, and I think I neglected to mention this whenever we took down the first enemy, the white enemy. Whenever you have the Omega Beam, it puts a homing beacon on you for the enemy, so the enemy knows where you are and it's going to hunt you down. I think this right here will actually work. Let's see, depending on what direction it goes. Okay, it's going to go this way. So I want to have the maximum... Oh god, it's coming back. Not used to that. Okay. Come on. Hit in the center there. God, I may have wasted too much time already. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. I don't think I did it, guys. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Charge up, for the love of God, charge up. Oh! Oh boy. Those are the tensest moments in the game when it's slowly like Frankenstein walking towards you. The Omega Beam is only halfway charging up. You grip your controller a little bit tighter. You know, just sweat pouring down your face. Oh man, I love it. It's great. Again, super cathartic, especially if you had trouble with the enemy up to this point. And finally, after all my complaining, Morph Ball acquired. And I don't need the tutorial for the Morph Ball, thank you very much, I will take it. So now we have the classic Morph Ball, and it's going to open up a lot more areas than you might think. Of course, we don't have the Spring Ball or the Morph Ball Bomb, so I'm going to have to be a little cognizant of that, of course. But now we're not limited to areas that we can just slide under, we can use the Morph Ball. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention necessarily, but there's been a lot of areas like this one right here, where we haven't simply been able to, like, crawl up and get it because we don't have the Morph Ball. In fact, I can't get that right there because, again, we don't have the Morph Ball. Can I nab that right quick? Is that even going to be possible? Yes it is. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that because I think we're going to need it. Actually, do I want to go ahead and take this door? I want to get back to this pathway right here. Let's just go ahead and see where this goes, actually. Yeah, I think this is actually where we want to go. Oh, I do have the Spring Ball already, though, so that's pretty cool. Maybe if I had actually read the tutorial, I would have known that I already had the Spring Ball. I think I'm just used to playing the older games where, you need to get the Morph Ball Bombs before you get the Spring Ball. Or you have to fight the Spring Ball as a completely different entity, you know, like a completely different item, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I definitely need missiles after that encounter. The mini Mother Brain encounter. I'll take it! Gotcha. Alright. And can't go in there because that's super heated, but thankfully we know what to look for now, and man, just crouching down into the Morph Ball is so natural. I think, yeah, in this game, they added like a hot button for the Morph Ball. It's the slide button here. You can just tap it and you automatically get the Morph Ball. Magical. Okay, gonna have to be careful here because I want that missile expansion right there. Because brand new to Dread, this is a brand new expansion. Missile Tank Plus! Yeah, and the whopping 10 missiles that we get using that. Fantastic. Alright, and this guy right here. No, don't do that. We'll just go ahead and see what this is. That's gonna be a teleporter pad, right? Yeah, that's gonna take us back to Artaria, but I don't know if we actually want to do that. Oh yes, we absolutely want to do that. Yeah, the order of operations is actually coming back to me. I thought we were about to do something very specific, but no, he's in a hot room. We're gonna need a little upgrade to do that. So back to Artaria. And yes, the loading screens for teleporting are just as long as the shuttles and elevators. In fact, that one felt longer than the shuttle, to be honest. Man, oh man. You know, if there's ever a Nintendo Switch Pro or there's like the next console that Nintendo does or whatever, I mean, I'm not entirely convinced it'll have SSD storage, but man, Metroid Dread would be a fantastic game to implement it in for sure. Because just one of the huge negatives, and I'd say there's only like really 2 negatives, or maybe like 3, depending on your personal taste. And one of them is just the load times between those areas, so having some SSD storage to speed those up a little bit would be a godsend. Jeez, I would love that so much. Okay, where exactly are we going in here now? Of course, we're going right up here, because we have the Morph Ball. Yeah, the map design of Metroid Dread is pretty top tier. I don't know if I've really kind of established where I put Metroid Dread in my hierarchy exactly. I alluded to that I do like Super Metroid more, but that's probably just due to personal preference and the fact that I've been playing Super Metroid literally almost forever, like my entire freaking life here, but I would say Dread is probably number 2. It probably... it's gonna swap places with Zero Mission, if I had to say, for the number 2 slot behind Super there, but 2D Metroid-wise, yeah, I'd say it's definitely better than Fusion, Samus Returns, of course the original too, yeah, for sure, absolutely no debate about that. Where does it go in, like, the ultimate kind of Metroid hierarchy with the 3D games? Now that's a question, man, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'll definitely will establish that, though, because Super Metroid is still my number 1, even with all the 3D games. But where does it go otherwise? We'll find out. But for right now, it looks like we touched the wrong power button right there, because we're going to have to do like this. Okay, yeah, that's just going to activate. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a rising lava, I believe, so we need to keep going right here. And I think that'll be an automatic 1-hit KO if that hits us too, so we're going to have to keep going. What's the music? It's not the music you may anticipate it to be. It sounds a little familiar, but not exactly what I thought it might be. You know, like the high... Oh, God. I forgot for a second I don't have the Morph Ball bombs. Oh, my God, just go. But yeah, not the escape music that you might think it's gonna be, exactly. But you guys know what I'm talking about, and yeah, that's not it. And I don't think I really need a resource refill or anything. It didn't take that much damage, so we're gonna be good. And hey, we got another traditional upgrade here. What's it gonna be? Oh, it's a big one. It's the various suit, there we go. You saw the superheated rooms, you knew what was coming. Of course we had to get the various suit. Rocking a pretty awesome design, if I do say so myself. I mean, the starting off Dread suit that we saw, it was pretty good. I'd have to say it's pretty far up there. Ah, man, I think I have kind of like ranked the various suits in the games, at the very least. I usually just kind of comment on what I feel about the suits whenever we get to them. And do I want to try to get that now? Ooh, that's ballsy. I'll still take a lot of damage. We're going. Come on, come on, come on. That's a whopping 10 missiles, man. I could really make use of that here. I might regret that, though. Oh, I forgot. This isn't veteran mode, so it's really not that bad. I mean, I did take heavy damage right there, but for 10 missiles, yeah, I'll take it. Because you guys have seen how freaking useful the missiles are in this game, right? Like, getting 10 of those off the bat? Yeah. Or not really off the bat, but just instantaneously? Yes, sign me up, man. I'll take it. I could have sworn that we were supposed to go somewhere else after this, though. But nah, not so much. Yeah, that's one of those to where, like, backtracking for that is actually going to kind of be a pain. But if you want to get that on veteran mode like I tried to do, almost impossible. Like, it's going to be right down to the freaking wire. Going down there, though, I think there's something else hidden in here. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get it here. And plus, I think I need the bombs for that anyway, so I'm not really going to try. And no going back that way. Absolutely nothing we can do there. The map is quite dynamic in a way that the 2D Metroid series has never been before, and the way that we'll make like permanent changes to a lot of ways that the map is structured and actually functions. So, yeah, that's one example right there. How we just completely destroyed that little portion of Artaria. And that's something else that's going to keep happening throughout the game too. So it's a pretty good thing right there. But okay, various suit ranking. I'll think about it during the load screen. Alright, I thought about it for like the cool 20 seconds that loot took, and I have to say probably my second favorite in the series is going to be the Dread Various suit. Of course, number one is still going to be Prime 2 Echoes. Completely love the way the Various suit looks in that game. And up till now, I'd say the Other M design was my number 2, but I think Dread has bumped Other M down to 3. So my top 3 Various suit designs going to be Prime 2 Echoes, Varia, Dread, Varia, and then Other M Varia, I have to say. And yeah, I think we are good to go here, guys. Yeah, we got the Vera suit now. Of course, I don't have the bombs still. I need the bombs. I'm just so used to these Metroid games where you get the Morph Ball and then just like, I don't know, minutes later you get the Morph Ball bombs. But let me just go ahead and fill up on missiles. Don't necessarily have to, but something big is coming up here that I'm going to want to have these for, so I'll go ahead and get that. Okay, no, don't do that. I can go ahead and destroy these and still take damage in the process, apparently. But I do love the atmosphere of the burning up rooms here. There was something similar to this in Samus Returns, but of course now that we have the graphical fidelity of the Nintendo Switch, they just look a whole lot better. Which of course is an improvement over Zero Mission and Super, where the, yeah, ducking actually gives me some relief right there. Oh, did you hear that roar? Because I heard that roar, and I know what that means. But again, it was spoiled in the marketing material, so who actually cares? But I love the effects that kind of signify that this is a very hot room, so don't really know where else I was going with that necessarily, but yeah, let's see if I can just take it down with split beam shots. Nah, it takes too long. Yeah, we're gonna have to use missiles here. Not that I'm really worrying, there's a way that we're gonna go ahead and like fix all these up regardless. Oh, and even ducking whenever you're too close doesn't do a whole lot. Kinda wish I had gotten another energy tank somewhere, guys. It's kinda been a while, it's been a nice little gap right here. But Dread does a really good job of making you feel helpless in a lot of ways, so... I mean, that was the name of the game. Like, that was the original Dread moniker, right? Yeah, that sense of dread coming up, but yep. There it is, big boss door, you know what's coming up. Let's do it. Let's hope I remember how to do this, at the very least. Gotta go ahead and do that, because that'll be a nice little return route. And here we go. Long time coming, old friend. God, it's been almost 30 years. Hey, look, it's Kraid. Maybe not the original Kraid. I'm more tended to believe that this is a clone of the original of some sort. We haven't seen Kraid in an original entry since 1994! Man, oh man. He's looking great, though. The first 3D Kraid ever. Looking fantastic. Now, looking a little less healthy, too, there, but I have to say, okay, so missiles are going to be the way to go. And the hitbox is a little wonky. Okay, he's got the flying toenails, because why wouldn't he have the flying toenails? Okay, I'm going to try to remember, like, the actual strategy for this here. So these guys can be destroyed in one hit, and the fireball I don't think we can destroy at all. So whenever he does this, I'm going to go ahead and open the mouth there, and then Get it full of missiles. I'm not gonna be too worried about my missile usage here. Come on, open up. I can kind of tell whenever... I'm gonna have to focus here a little bit, so I apologize. I do have 40 freaking missiles here, though, so it's not a huge deal. I'm gonna do this again. This is a good way to kind of recharge some resources here. You don't really have to move until the fireball comes out at you. I'll keep getting hit with that. There we go, okay. That's part one. Now, what do I mean by him looking a little bit less healthy? I don't think he's really been doing his belly button hygiene. And he's not happy about being imprisoned, either. Alright, here we go. Oh god, it's so infected. Got an infected belly button orifice right there. Gross. Alright, so the goal for this one, I'm gonna use my tried and true strategy for this guy, is we want to just go ahead and use regular wave beam shots. And I think if it's glowing like that, we're not able to dodge that, or we're not able to hit that one. Yeah, just keep getting him right here. Or I may be able to use missiles just because I have a ton of missiles here. But I think for this one, yeah, if I'm all the way in the back, I can't get enough multi-beam firepower in order to destroy the little morph ball. It's gonna go down, and this is when we use the missiles. Yeah, but I can't get too overzealous here, because if he hits you once, that's when you're gonna go flying down. Like that, unfortunately, so now I have to do the belly button phase all over again. I got a little confused right there, yeah. Because there is a swiping attack he did, and I thought that was it. I kind of have forgotten the telegraphs here. Okay. Ah, god, yeah, this one really tests your finger power sometimes. I think I have enough missiles to just use more missiles right here, to be honest. And that's the one we gotta jump over. Oh, yeah, and it destroys those things if you like hit, so... But you want to save your missiles for when you can actually, like, deal damage to, the big head up there. Okay, let's see if I can do this just a little bit better. Because the missiles can destroy the toenails, and I have an ample amount of missiles. Nope, got hit again. That is unfortunate, man. This is aggravating. Don't worry, I'll get it. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm doing this well, because as I have alluded to, this is kind of my first big wake-up call in the game to its difficulty, as I had quite a bit of trouble with Kraid. It took me quite a few resets, actually. Ah, man. It's probably more efficient to use missiles here. Okay, gonna have to get over you. Oh god, this thing's bouncing with a vengeance. Your hygiene just really leaves a lot to be desired here, Kraid. Okay, let's see if I can get past just, like, one freaking phase here. I mean, I'm getting in a lot of hits, even if I'm only getting in, like, one. Come on. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. That's the big swipe. Ah, man, didn't quite evade that one. It's fine. It looks like I could kind of counter that one, but I don't know if you can do that on the wall or not. In fact, I don't recall doing, like, any type of melee counter during the Kraid fight. Maybe that's something I've missed. Because I saw the glow right there, which usually indicates you can melee counter. We're almost down one energy tank here, but these are dropping a pretty ample amount of energy, so... Yeah, I've got 30 missiles again. Get back under. Boy, having that insta-morph ball button is freaking fantastic. Alright, 17 of these guys. I've already inflicted pretty heavy damage. You cannot be holding on for too much longer. Come on, Kraid. Let's cut this reunion short, shall we? There we go, alright. Boy, these dynamic action scenes, we've just never seen these in a Metroid game before. The closest was what Other M did a lot, but I don't think even Other M was this impressive. Can't take the heat, Kraid? Yeah, I didn't think so. Rest in peace, old chap. We're not gonna miss ya. Yeah, I think that's a clone of Kraid, because we saw the original Kraid get blowed up twice. I think the one in Super was also a clone. It's also been theorized that there are various members of the Kraid race, which could also be the case as well, absolutely, so... who really knows? I think the Chozo, you know, they like to really do a lot of genetic experiments and things like that, so... I'm just kind of one to believe that that's a clone of Kraid. They took the original DNA found on Zebas or whatever. I mean, it was their home planet, so it would make sense that they had that DNA. But we get the diffusion beam! Yeah, so you charge up all the way, and now there's a small explosion. So I don't know if you guys have really noticed, but sometimes those little pulsating red parts of the environment, yeah, they're kind of hidden within the walls and things like that. So we can only bust them wide open when we have the, what was it called, the diffusion beam, something like that. I'm already getting everything mixed up here. But before I take that teleport, I think, is there something up here? No, there's not. We can't wall jump up there. So, alright, teleport time. Back to Dayron. Alright, let's do it.